Samsung, a name synonymous to South Korean life and economy, has consistently made strategic moves to become a titan in its business and country. The people of South Korea even joke that their lives are inseparable from death and taxes, and well, Samsung itself. It's not surprising because Samsung is South Korea's biggest chaebol, a traditional, family-run conglomerate with an impressive array of almost 100 subsidiaries. While Samsung Electronics is its flagship business, the group also makes ships, weapons, sells insurance and even runs Everland, a South Korean amusement park. Thanks to this, the combined revenue of the country's largest conglomerate accounted to almost 1/5 of its gross domestic product in 2021. Welcome to Do Academy. Join us as we look at Samsung's rise to one of the most recognizable names in technology and major contributor to South Korea's economy. Samsung's story closely mirrors the transformation of South Korea from an impoverished nation to the thriving economy we see today. The company's journey started with its founder, Lee Byung-chul, also fondly known as the father of Samsung. In 1936, Lee and his partners embarked on their entrepreneurial journey by starting a rice milling company. Lee had an extraordinary talent for recognizing what people needed, and his business acumen was undeniable. He expanded into transport and land investments, swiftly amassing a small fortune. Lee's journey was not without its challenges. During the tumultuous period of the Korean War, he had to leave Seoul as communist forces occupied the city. The future looked bleak as he faced the near loss of everything he built, but Lee's spirit remained unbroken. Thanks to a much-needed cash infusion from his brewery business, he was able to rebuild his trading company and re-establish Samsung Construction and Trading Corporation, or Samsung CNT, in 1951. His strong connections during the Korean War, particularly with then-President Syngman Rhee, enabled him to trade civilian and military goods, rapidly accumulating substantial wealth. Lee's commitment to industrialization played a pivotal role in helping South Korea recover from the aftermath of the Korean War. During this period, the Korean government implemented protective policies to support large domestic conglomerates like Samsung. These policies shielded them from competition and provided essential financing. Seizing these opportunities, Samsung went on to acquiring banks, insurance companies, cement and fertilizer manufacturers, and even venturing into oil refining, nylon production, and retail. Samsung then entered the electronics industry in 1969 with black and white televisions, eventually exporting home electronics abroad. By then, it was already a major Korean manufacturer. In the late 70s and early 80s, Samsung rapidly expanded its tech businesses, establishing semiconductor and electronics divisions, an aerospace branch, and Samsung Data Systems to lead its IT services. When it was time to pass the baton, Lee entrusted the role to his third son, Lee Kun-hee, setting the stage for the next phase of Samsung's remarkable journey. Lee Byung-chul's third son not only continued his father's legacy, he brought Samsung to greater heights. Even before he took the reins, he saw potential in the semiconductor industry and bought a 50% stake in a Korean semiconductor company in 1974. This was how the Samsung Semiconductor division was born. After his father's death in 1987, Lee Kun-hee became the second chairman of the group and brought with him a new wave of change. In 1992, while visiting stores in Los Angeles, the young chairman noticed Samsung Electronics were overlooked. The company's global reputation suffered due to weak marketing and quality issues. This motivated him to reform Samsung and make it a world-class company. He famously declared to Samsung executives, "Change everything but your wife and kids." He believed Samsung had grown complacent due to its dominance in the country and needed to prepare for global competition. Then 1995 came and marked the infamous bonfire incident. Chairman Lee, as he was affectionately known, was angered when the Samsung cell phones he gave as New Year's gifts turned out to be defective. As a result, he ordered his team to gather 150,000 Samsung devices worth about $50 million in a field near Samsung's Gumi factory. With more than 2,000 employees watching, Chairman Lee and his board members used heavy hammers to smash the products and then set the pile on fire. When the flames died, what was left was ground to dust by bulldozers. While that may seem overly dramatic, that was how serious he was about the quality of Samsung products. Chairman Lee even warned his team afterwards, "If you keep making products of poor quality like these, I'll return and do the same thing." Under his leadership, a new management approach was adopted, where staff was encouraged to report errors to their superiors as the company prioritized product quality over quantity. While Lee was a controversial figure in South Korea, he played a key role in Samsung's incredible transformation. From producing cheap and low-quality products, the company shifted sales to become a global tech giant famed for its smartphones, televisions, and computer chips. Under his 27-year leadership, Samsung's market cap skyrocketed from 1 trillion won in 1987 to a massive 390 trillion won in 2012. By 2020, Samsung ruled the global semiconductor memory market with more than a 40% market share. In the 1960s, South Korea was a poor agricultural country with limited resources. Then President Park Chung-hee understood that they needed to modernize and industrialize, but there was a problem: the government didn't have enough money. With that in mind, Park supported big companies like Samsung because they had the resources and funds needed for industrialization. The government provided low-interest loans, subsidies, and guarantees for these companies to get foreign loans. The plan was to drive the country's economy by working together with the conglomerates. Some of the economic plans include the Heavy Industry Promotion Plan in 1973, and a 6-year plan in 1975 supporting the semiconductor industry, focusing on the local manufacturing of electronic parts. Through these mutually beneficial partnerships, the government and Samsung propelled South Korea from its humble agricultural beginnings into a global economic powerhouse, demonstrating the success of a government-industry collaboration. Samsung's journey from its modest beginnings to its current dominance in various industries is a remarkable story. As Samsung conquered product defects to become the giant it is now, some question the defects in its character and ethics. After all, Samsung had broken its fair share of Korean and international regulations over the years. While there had been legal violations and ethical concerns in Samsung's history, it's crucial to acknowledge the company's vital role in South Korea's economy. In 2021, its combined revenue was a substantial 18.3% of the country's gross domestic product, a significant contribution to exports, job creation, and tax revenue. This means that when Samsung succeeds, the country succeeds too. But what does it mean when Samsung fails? In 2023, South Korea's finance minister stressed the importance of semiconductors for the economy, but Samsung's announcement on the same day was a shocker: a 96% drop in Q1 operating profit, falling below 1 trillion won for the first time in 14 years amid a global supply crisis. The announcement raised concerns about South Korea's over-reliance on Samsung, sparking comparisons to Nokia's impact on Finland's economy in the late 2000s. Nokia's decline was significant on Finland's economic history, which led to job losses and economic challenges in its aftermath. Senior economist at the Korea Development Institute, Jung Kyu-chul suggests that the government should nurture innovative businesses in different industries to reduce dependence on a single corporation like Samsung. He emphasizes the need for regulatory reduction to support this diversification. Now it's your turn. Do you think the South Korean government created a situation that they can't manage now? Does a country benefit when the government ties itself to conglomerates, or is it a double-edged sword? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Be sure to like, share, and follow Do Academy for more actionable investment insights.